brothers and sisters, this is the time, this is the hour to repent. Because every time the Lord has shown me, he only showed me a dark cloud, a dark cloud, dark cloud. You know what that represents? The dark cloud, it ain't a good sign. The other day, the Lord showed me right there, and I caught a dead angel flying over the land, a dead angel. My brother and sister, I can tell you, this is the time to take heed. This ain't the time to be looking at who bringing the message. This ain't no time to be looking at who bringing the message. Because many of you are waiting on for these caller necks. Pastors who get these big church, big car, big everything. Like I used to use this man name. Anyway, I can tell you, I used to use T.D. Jakes' name while I preaching on the road. I said, many of you waiting on T.D. Jakes to come and bring you all the way. And look what's going on T.D. Jakes today. Look what's going on today. I can tell you, my brother and sister, God ain't dealing with the church who compromising, he moving them all the way. He ain't dealing with compromise, because even the church gets a sin going on, sweethearting going on. They handling witchcraft on. He got to clean them, got to move them all the way. My brother and sister, I can tell you, there's a time to take heed. Who voice you listening to? I can tell you again, who voice? The Lord always tell me that, no. Who voice you listen? I remember I was working in one church and the Lord said, don't touch that church. Don't touch the church. And I right there looking out, I sleeping in the church and I right there feeling like, oh, I feel so bad. Why I feel bad? I feel like, man, I living inside in the church with the pastor and his wife. I live in there and I ain't doing no work. And God said, who voice you listen to? God using him to tell me again. Using him to tell me, say, who voice you? Find out a little in the day, look at, who church it is God church? Who built the church? God. Who owned me? God. God looking at who you listening to? You listening to the pastor telling you, oh, you don't want to work in the church? Or you this and that like that? At the end of the day, what happened? The pastor, I can tell you the truth, the pastor ain't even listening to God's voice. He ain't even obeying God. You see what happened to him? God take the church from him. Because why? He didn't want to obey the voice of the Lord. My brother and sister, this ain't no time to be hearing from man. This is a time to hear from God. I can tell you this. I can tell you. Because you know where I'm plenty of you right now? Plenty of you look at the Lord. Plenty of you living under the Lord. This ain't the time of the Lord no more. This is Jesus' time. This is Jesus' time. This is the time who is returning. Moses ain't returning. The Bible ain't tell you Moses. Tell you Jesus is returning back. With what? With judgment. My brother and sister, I can tell you all, take heed. Take heed. Take heed. Take heed, because God is cleaning up the streets. There's a word the Lord gave me. He said, do not warn them anymore. I ain't going to tell you who they is, though they dying slowly. And more of them, they can die, and some of them can go to jail. And I ain't going to say for what. Then again, I can tell you, many wives going to be left without husbands in the same nation, the same island. Because why? Because of stiff-neck, rebellious, and hard-head men's who don't want to take heed. That's why God told me one time, he said, let them know. He said, every man who feel like they higher than him, he can bring them down. Bring them. That's why anything I hear, I ain't feel no sorry for nobody. I ain't feel no sorry for nobody. Like I know this man, one man, oh, hey, the man crazy. I know now he see me, God telling him, hey, big man, this is me coming to you. Anytime, my brother and sister, I can tell you, when you see God send somebody to you personally and tell you, say, repent, you better take that word serious. Take that word serious when God sends somebody to you. Take it serious. Don't be looking at the flesh, the skin of the person. Look at the word. The word is God. The word is God. And God is a spirit. Only God can save you. Man can't save you. Man cannot save you. You see, Jesus was a messenger. He was a messenger. People looking today, who to come to warn them. That's what they're looking at. Who it is to warn them. Who you is. God could even use a drunkard. I remember one time I was in this church. Bunch of Christians was in the church. A drunkard walk inside the church and say, hey, I see the Lord show him there's accidents going to take place in front of the church. And you know, one time the police were chasing down a murderer. And the murderer run through the churchyard with a car. And the police jeep was running behind a murderer, and they had guns and everything in their hand. Thank God the pastor stopped to the corner. If he'd have pulled out, the cars that hit him and the passengers wasn't there in Gary. And I even tell all the Christians in that church, I say, hey, don't be looking out because that man ain't safe. God could use anyone to speak to you. God could use you want to see the Bible show you? He used a donkey. You know the story about Balak and Balaam? A donkey, God can use anyone. I've been on the road preaching. God has used fellas to come and fellas to be drunk. Come confirm to me about this storm that can take place. God could use anyone who he chose to speak to, my brother and sister. Don't be looking at the face. Look at the word, because only the word what could save you, my brother and sister. Only the word. And the word is God's word. All I can tell you all today, my brother and sister, share this word and God will bless you all. And that's all I have to say. Take heed. Take heed. Take heed. That's what I can tell you. Take heed. For this the time we will have a lot of mourning and crying will be upon the land. Because I can tell you this again. The Lord showed me there will be a lot of deaths. I see a lot of new cemeteries right there in Habakkuk. You all have a blessed day. Amen.